Hi, I'm Anthony. Welcome to my channel with On the Snap. This video series is called Drill Down. So what we're going to do is drill down into the details of a specific match situation and exercise. Maybe it's something that comes up in my league or your league, submitted by viewers. Could be something that a pro has dealt with. We just want to look at the different options in these situations. We're all here to learn together. We're all here to get better together and see what's the highest percentage play, what can we do to maximize our chances of winning, and get better in the process. So thanks for joining me here today. What we're going to take a look at is a situation from my recent Masters match. Here is the situation from the match, shot of the actual table. Here is an overhead rendering of the situation. And what I've done here on my home table is my best to replicate that situation. So we're going to jump in here today. We're going to take a look at this, talk about the different options. Would love to hear from you guys down in the comments what you might do in the situation, and if I've missed anything, if I've forgotten anything. So let's take a look. Thanks for being here. So just buckling in here, like I said, we've got a shot on the 8-ball. We finished running all our solids. 2 stripes left on the table. And we don't want to sell out, right? We don't want to miss this shot. We don't want to put ourselves in a position where we're not finishing the game, we're not winning the game, and then we leave a shot on the 10-ball. Now, unfortunately, that's what happened to my opponent in this situation. He ended up trying for a bank shot, which is a very playable shot, right? He tried it back here, cross side. I kind of like this because it can end up being a bit of a two-way shot. If you miss this bank shot, the cue ball is likely to end up back here, pretty long. It's going to be hard to make that 10-ball, and you're unlikely to get a shot on the 15. So this is what it ended up looking like. Which, that's great, right? You want to make that ball, you want to win that game. If you miss, it's going to be somewhere in here, probably comes up a little short. What ended up happening in that match is it did come up short by about 1/4 of a diamond. So what are some other options here? Do you want to play safe? Do you want to try, maybe you slow roll this, right? Maybe you want to roll the cue ball up on the 8-ball, leave it behind the 8-ball. You want to make sure to make good contact, hit your ball, and then a rail after that. Let's take a look at that. Now this is all speed control. You want to come in really soft, just touch the 8 to the rail. Here's some problems with it. Did I block the 15 ball? Yeah, the 15's blocked. That's awesome. I'm not going to have that cut shot on the 15. Did I block the 10 ball? Nope, because there's a little bit of a window behind that 8 ball, and now suddenly your opponent's going to get out. He's going to make those next 3 balls. That one's risky. That one is a little risky because if you over or underplay that, even just slightly, things could go wrong. So again, we were about here. Let's try it one more time just to see if we can really get that hook. Leave us behind the 8. It's so touchy. And there, did we block the 10 ball? Yes. Did we block the 15? No, you still have a line on the 15. It's a thin cut. It's far away. I don't love that shot on the 15, but if that's all you're left with to win the game, you might just bear down and make it. You don't want to leave your opponent that chance. So what else do we have? Do we want to try to bank it back down here in this corner pocket? Now this is an offensive shot. If we miss, the cue ball's coming back down table. This one could work out because you might end up short side on the 15, not really leaving them a shot. They're probably going to have to play defense. If you come out too far, are you going to sell out and leave a shot on the 15? It's possible, but that depends on your speed. So let's say we bank. Bit of a two-way. If we miss, we're down table. That's not terrible, right? Even though we missed that ball, not by much, missed that ball a little bit, maybe you end up short side on that 15. This is still a makeable shot. You obviously don't want to leave that, but maybe we end up short side on the 15. This is a tough position. You'd have to end up trying to kick the 15 or playing safe or something like that. So it's a really interesting situation. We've talked about coming off the left side of the 8-ball here, leaving the cue ball up at the top of the table. What happens if we go to the right side of the 8-ball? We don't think as much about the offense. We're not trying to make this 8-ball, but we're trying to send the cue ball down to where your opponent has to play a safety, does not have a makeable offensive shot. So there's another way to play that bank back up in the corner. If you make it, you win, and that's great. It played pretty close to that corner pocket. The other thing that happened is the cue ball rolled around. Again, we get short side on that 15. This is not a makeable cut from here, right? You'd end up having to try to kick this in, which is difficult, and it doesn't guarantee shape on the 10, or your opponent would have to try to play safe. But at this point, the 8-ball's hanging in a pocket. So I think either way, if you're playing that two-way shot, banking it up in the corner here or in the side here, you have a pretty good chance of leaving yourself a good opening and not many options for your opponent. Okay, so that does it for Drill Down today. Thanks for sticking around. Hope you guys enjoy this series. It's a lot of fun for me to break things down this way. I'm going to be looking at keeping these videos sort of short and tight and focused, and certainly there's tons of options. I'm sure there's things I'm forgetting, so make sure to let me know. But we're all here to learn, as I said, and I hope you got something out of this video. If you enjoyed, feel free to stick around, drop me a subscribe, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks for being here.